They used the Moors from that start all the way through, literally to this point that I'm showing y'all right here on Google. When they like, hey, the Moors was 711 AD all the way to 1492 after they war with Spain. Why would they all of a sudden just go to war with Spain? Why would the Moors, who had been helping Spain that whole time, the Moors built Europe. The Moors built modern day Europe. France, Italy, the architectures for that, the blueprints, the layout, all that come from the Moors. All that shit is designed strategically, specifically on certain energy points, all of that shit. The Moors did that. The Moors did all of that. All they modern day cathedrals, them big ass cathedrals that sits on the hills with the certain shapes. It was the Moors who put squares on top of circles and triangles on top of cutting triangles in half. They ain't know shit about no shape and how to mix no shapes together. You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't know how to put no circles on top of no motherfucking rectangular cylinders and no squares on top of hexagons and octagons and all that. When you looking at a church, you looking at a building, that ain't no but a bunch of shapes cut off, put together. That's how architects design. It goes back to the basics of what they taught you about in school of shapes and shit. All this is shapes. Everything around you, shapes, two rectangles. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? All that shit is basic light magic. That's why they lied to us about shapes. Right? That's why they lied to us about shapes. All that. That's why they got fucking rectangular walls and ceilings, shapes to smash your electricity. To keep your electricity boxed in. You feel me? Shapes. But who you think taught them that? The Moors. The Moors, this the same. The Moors did this. All of this designing the Moors did. All these blueprints the Moors did. But it was because they had the Moors under spells. You gotta feel me. You know what I'm saying? The Moors wasn't themselves though, neither. Remember, after they had sex with the human beings and they started mixing in, you feel me? Put that thing on them, you feel me? On the real. And them niggas was tripping. Them niggas got to tell them everything. I'm just breaking it down to you. They got to tell them everything, and then they got to doing everything for them. Not even knowing they had them under spells. That's how they put the Moors under spells, through the sex. It was through the sex. You feel me? You ever heard something called the Vril? The Vril that's a real celestial entity. You feel me? They talk about the Vril being a form of reptilian. It is a form of reptilian. It's like the worm where it gets inside you and it grows in you. It lives in you. It's an actual being in force, but it's like in worm format. They call them the Vril. They actually exist too. They are part of the reptilians. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? They can enter through your eyes, through your nose, through your ears, through your nose, through your mouth. That's what Body Snatchers was about, the Vril. They made a whole movie about the Vril. Body Snatchers, you know what I'm saying? They like little worms. They can get inside you and then take over you because they actual entities. You know what I'm saying?
So now that everybody knows the Moors owned the whole Americas for thousands of years before any of this happened, okay? Here's a Moorish temple. You see what's on top? You see the poles and stuff? I'll tell you what those were used for in the old world, but not right now, not in this video. And I know a lot of people commented on that one video about like the architecture and said, oh, those were mock buildings with plaster. Well, here's an actual Moorish palace from the Chicago World's Fair. It doesn't look like it's just cardboard and plaster, does it? See? Chicago. I don't know if this was Chicago or, you know, the Crystal Palace, but it looks like it's steel reinforced. Here's another Moorish palace. I also knew a lot of people kept saying, oh, the picture kept taking too long. Look, there's blurry people right here. And this is the same time period. What, is it a different camera? Let me guess, you have another conspiracy. Oh, they came out with a faster shutter in 1 year. People and what they make up, dude. I can't remember where this is. Czech Republic or Russia, Sweden. Moorish palace. Moorish palace. And there's one, the building in the back. That is also a Moorish palace. Here's one in China. This is a Moorish palace. Weird how it also has the dome on it, huh? Oh, they were mock buildings made of plaster. This is a picture from the 1893 Chicago World's Fair. Is that steel? Oh no, another World's Fair. Is that steel? Let me guess, the steel come out the ground. Like, I know these people are going to say something about this. Oh no, the steel wasn't there. We put it there. Albert Einstein did this and did that. Like, I don't know why I said it like that. That's just what it sounds like sometimes. Here's another picture from a World's Fair. It's steel reinforced. Anyways, about the Moroccans, the Murs of Mu. People call it Lemuria. Okay, these people were the first, the ancient ones. They were the mound builders. They built everywhere. As you can see, they built pyramids everywhere. I done showed you the map of America, even though I called it the whole world for some reason. And then here, look. Okay, I'll give you more proof. There was a black Moorish ruler of Kiev. There was Moorish rulers for thousands of years. A very, very long time. So to all the Moorish palaces in Russia and a few other places, here's a CIA document saying that their history has to be hidden. Because back in the day, we existed with natural law. We were all free. We were all good people, right? Nobody did anything bad. We weren't built that way. And I don't care what people say, oh, man was born to kill. No, he wasn't. I wasn't even born in society, and I came out just like this to know these things. And just because you were in it and turned out violent and don't know these things is not my problem. You know what I mean? Here's a native of California.
They say Kanye anti-Semitic. Let's connect the dots. Recedes. Anti-Semitism. Anti-Semitism. It's a noun. Year 1882. Hostility towards or discrimination against the Jews as a religion, ethnic, or racial group. Anti-Semitic. Anti-Semite. Now, who was the original Semites? Receipts. Semite, noun, a member of a group of Semitic-speaking people of the Near East, Northern Africa, including the Arabs, Ethiopian, Hebrews, and Phoenicians. A Jew, Bible, descendant of Shem. Book reference, the Jew, a Negro. Semitic race, Assyrians, Hebrews, and Phoenicians. Now what is the word Semitic describing? Semitic, adjective, of or relating to the Semites or their languages or culture, of or relating to or being a subgroup of the Afro-Asiatic language group that includes Arabic, Hebrew, Aramaic. So the real Jews are a Jew, an Arab, Ethiopian, Hebrews, Phoenician, and also Afro-Asiatics. According to the Merriam-Webster Collegiate Dictionary, 10th edition, and the American Heritage College Dictionary, received all Afro-Asiatics, the Jews, will be considered or described as Egyptians, Berbers, Cushites, Chaldaic subfamilies. So the original Jews was described as Berbers? Moor, a noun, a member of a Muslim people of mixed Berber and Arab descent, now living chiefly in Northwest Africa. So Afro-Asiatic, Jew, Hebrew, Egyptian, Berber are all Moors? From the Oxford Universal Dictionary, Moor, mixed Berber or Arab race, mostly black or very swarthy, a Negro. So what did they mean by calling these Moorish Berber Jews swarthy? Swarthy, of a dark color, complexion, or caste. So as you can see, the Jewish Semites are the swarthy, of a dark color, complexion, Afro-Asiatic, Egyptian, Berber, Arab race, known as Moors. Now that we know the original Semites were dark Arab Moors, the Jews, so who are these imposters trying to cancel Kanye? Can't cancel the truth.
I also know that Islam has always been a part of America's story. The first nation to recognize my country was Morocco.
In many ways, the United States looks to Morocco to be a leader and a model. No country has been a friend of the United States longer than Morocco. You were the first nation to recognize us back in 1777.
One of the first issues with the Asiatics here is that they don't know that they're standing on Africa. The concept that has been promoted is that that's Africa alone. Everybody in the world, particularly in any secret society, Skull and Bones, any of your Shriner, Masons, etc., GAR, Daughters of the American Revolution, Knights of Columbus, Knights Templar, Knights of Malta, etc., all of them know that the land is Morocco.